Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we have the husband.
Hello.
And we are doing a little mukbang on the side. We have some fried chicken.
This is called fried chicken.
So
Stuff
good.
for us to wear.
Okay.
We're gonna eat, answer questions, and eat at the same time, because why not? Eating food and talking also helps people to be more honest, because they're not thinking as hard. Oh, yeah, I guess it's not the right... No, I think that's the lemon garlic.
Oh, this is what?
That's the sweet and sour.
Oh, sweet and sour. Yeah. And we got radish.
This fried chicken, whole chicken, 10 pieces.
And the jalapenos.
I hate this haircut. This haircut's awful, but gotta do what I gotta do. Can I start eating?
Alright guys, yes.
Thank you, Jesus, for this food.
Wait. Oh, cheers.
Ketchup, but oh shoot. This is messy, guys. This is why people don't do this that often. Oh shoot. See how good this fried chicken is.
Okay, the first question, you ready? Is what's your favorite thing about being married? Wait, why'd you laugh?
No, because I have to think.
Oh.
It's a loaded question.
How about this? How about one of the favorite things? It doesn't have to be the most favorite thing, but what's one thing you like about being married?
That you're never alone. You always have like a friend who's like next to you, wake up with, eat with, and when you come home from work, there's someone there. So I think that's one of the best things about being married. Your best friend is like always with you 24/7, basically. Even if you guys are fighting, she can't get away. Yeah.
We're basically like my human diary.
And if you're together all the time, then you're never lonely.
Your spouse is like your person that you rant to, you yap with, you banter with, you tell them all about your days and the craziness of life, and you get to like do it together.
This yellow sauce is not that great. It was supposed to be lemon garlic or lemon pepper, but
it doesn't taste like garlic
it
at
just
all?
tastes like honey or something. I think they made a mistake, accident.
Oh.
Because it doesn't taste like garlic, doesn't taste like honey. Or it doesn't taste like...
Can I try? But do you like that sauce better than the other one?
The chicken's really good though.
Good.
Crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside. And obviously this is the original, so there's no flavor on this.
Yeah.
I think we made a mistake on the sauce choices.
Oh. Okay.
Next question, please.
The second question is, what's the most unexpected thing you've learned about your partner since getting married?
Unexpected thing? I don't really have any unexpected things, because I feel like even though we didn't date that long, and compared to like some people date for like 5-7 years straight, or 10 years, even though we didn't dated way less than that, I feel like I kind of already knew the type of person you were before we got married. So there were no surprises. It's more so like, yeah, I expect that. I can see that happening. Yeah, because I already have like a baseline understanding. Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of any examples, but yeah, I don't think there were that many surprises for me. So yeah, I have nothing to say for that one. Do you have anything for me?
I think for you, one of the things was the fact that you have like a higher standard of taste when it comes to food. Like for me, I grew up just eating whatever was given to me and whatever was like cooked at home. But yeah, I didn't really think about the quality of food I just kind of like ate whatever was given to me. But then for you, I feel like you have a higher standard of the food. So for example, like you know more about what goes into a pho or like a noodle soup versus versus what I would know. I would just think, oh, it's a soup base and noodles and some like cilantro or like vegetables. But for you, you know the actual ingredients that go into the food. So whenever I do cook for you, I have to be more mindful of what I put in the soup or in the food because he catches it all.
I'm just more, some people are just like really, like love food and they're into food. So it's not just about eating the food. It's like they also know like how much work goes into making good food, all the little subtle things.
Mm-hmm.
So I like appreciate that stuff. So, and then I can taste it. So I can, when someone doesn't care about the food, they just do whatever, you can taste it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of to clarify, yeah. So, for example, with this fried chicken, like I know, like, oh, it was done really well because it tastes really good. But if you went to like some place where like they don't care, it's like it was just they just bought it somewhere frozen.
Yeah.
You can tell that this is just frozen chicken from someplace.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Next question is, what's your partner's most endearing quality?
I guess so. This can be a bad and good thing. Bad because obviously you can get taken advantage of by other people and stuff, but like you have like a kind of pure naive side to you. So there's a lot of things that you might not know. So whenever I like bring it up or like try to tell you like, oh, this is what that was, and or if someone tried to scam you but you didn't know, so like I tell you, wait, no, that's a scam. And then just like your reaction to it is very like cute and pure because you're like, oh, I didn't know. It's very like sweet, but at the same time it like worries me a lot because like there'll be times where like if I'm not there, then you might make the wrong decision or something, or got scammed. Or for example, like the other week, this lady was scamming people at the gas station, asking people for gas. Pretending like she needed the gas to go somewhere. Basically convinced her to give her like a full tank of gas, basically like $60-$70. And I was just like, you just got scammed. So like that's where it goes wrong. But in general though, I think it's like endearing because in other situations just like the reaction you give is like very pure and yeah, I like that side about you.
I think the most endearing quality for you is your gentleness, because a lot of guys that I knew and I know of are very harsh in their words and in their response or their reaction. They could be very like anger driven and very mean when they say comments, but for you, you're very gentle and it's easier to receive your words that way because it is gentle and because you don't show like outbursts of anger or make like super rush and haste noises or reactions, that's something that I really appreciate.
I do sometimes, have bad reactions. It's not like I'm like that all the time, right? But yeah, it's kind of like trying to, as a guy, like trying to do that less and less because, for the other person's sake, because it's easy to like become like that if you're frustrated. And sometimes it can be justified, right? It's like you're so frustrated, like it just has to come out. But I guess part of maturing and like learning like how to catch yourself and like stop yourself from doing that and like realize it's not that big of a deal. And even if it is a big deal, because sometimes there's like big mistakes and stuff, but it's like just putting aside your pride and trying to be better. Otherwise it's gonna be like a horrible marriage.
It's like applicable for everyone, right? Even women and men. Likewise, like we similarly show outbursts of anger and react, and we could choose to let it you know, let it snowball and let it hurt the other person, or we can learn to control our emotions a little bit better and our anger and choose to understand and listen first. Yeah. Oh yeah, something that I wanted to ask you was, what was your first impression of me?
Your first impression?
Yeah.
So our first date, if you will, was, or kind of like meeting each other, was like on Zoom. I think we use Zoom.
Yeah.
But so are you talking about like that impression or like in-person impression? Because I think it's different.
Both. So
Okay.
on Zoom and in person.
So on Zoom, you know, a lot is different because, you know, you're not gonna act like an idiot. You're like, you can hide so much more, you know, than in person. So I'm not saying you're hiding or anything, but you were very like proper and like hi, and very like this and gentle and nice. So my impression of you was like, oh, she's like an angel. Like, and I use the term elf. I call it like an elf, and she misunderstood that as like some kind of like goblin elf. But I meant that as like Lord of the Rings elf, like the characters in that movie, where they're very like, oh, angelic kind of looking, and she kind of really looked like that. And it also might have been because of the Zoom filter too, that kind of makes you like glow and like the whatever. But yeah, very like angel like and like, oh, very feminine and woman like, lady like. That was my impression, because you're like ha 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 and like very like that feminine. And then you dressed up all nice too. But then in person, the first time I saw her in person, she like basically just wore like a hoodie and very different and very but it was still good impression when I saw her in person. Her person was like bubbly, cute, and I guess a little bit ADHD. Not like in like oh like that kind of ADHD, but kind of like she's just like, now that I'm looking back in hindsight, she's very like, oh, like let's do this. I'm gonna go over here and do that. And kind of just very like, just like you just have like some kind of itinerary in your head and you just like gotta do it. But yeah, overall I'd say it was like a good impression. I thought you were very cute. Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't know what to expect.
On Zoom, when I first video chatted him, he had like this really, really bad haircut. This was during the C virus time. And he had a buzz cut, and he was telling me that he cut it like himself. And because he didn't want to, wait, why didn't you want to go out? And
oh no, because I didn't care about dating and stuff.
Oh yeah, because it was during the pandemic.
And I was just like, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought he was actually very, very cute, like little chipmunk, like with a buzz cut. And even though it was a little bit crooked, I thought it was really endearing and cute, the fact that he like did it himself and didn't really care.
And it was uneven because I didn't use any guards. It was kind of like, it was on zero basically, and I was just like, it was all uneven everywhere.
Yeah. But he was still like all smiley and all shy and cute, and his face like was red when he first saw me. So it just reminded me of like a little kid.
So my hair is usually always long. Like I don't like having it short like this. I just cut it recently because I was, I don't know, feeling all greasy and stuff. So yeah, it's not how I usually look.
What's the one thing you wish you knew before getting married?
I think one of the most important things is that you have to like know yourself and then love yourself. I'm not saying you have to do it perfectly, but you need to be at a place where like, okay, and I'm not talking about loving yourself in a narcissistic way, because like I love myself and like that kind of thing. I'm talking about like the purest form of loving yourself so that you can love other people. Because if you hate yourself or like you're like so insecure, then it's gonna come out where you're gonna hurt other people. Whether it's because you're literally like hurting them with your issues, or because you're idolizing them or putting them on a pedestal to the point where you're like burdening them. So I wish I kind of already knew, right, in my head, but I didn't really understand in my heart too. Like, so after I got married, like, wow, I'm like a crappy person and broken person, and marriage is not like the fix for your issues. They're not gonna magically go away. So really dialing down, and then also, again, the reason why people get married without like really discovering themselves is because it takes a lot of work to actually do that, and they don't want to do that. They want an easy fix, which they think, oh, marriage will fix it because the other person will keep me accountable. But no, and I'm not saying you have to have it perfect. I'm just saying even having 50% figured out is like better than nothing.
Yeah.
And at least you made the commitment that you're gonna try to be better and discover yourself on that journey. So you can be like dating and stuff during that time if you want to, if you're comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like
no, that was actually really good. Yeah.
But if I knew how important that would be to have figured that out before marriage, that's like the advice I guess I would give, and something I wish I knew. Yeah. And really I can clarify if you have any questions about that too.
No, that's really good, because one of the best advices I heard before I got married was marriage won't fix your problems, and all the baggages, all your insecurities, your fears, whatever gives you anxieties, they come out, during marriage. And marriage is just one context that really helps you. It just unravels like who you are, like what you're saying, like all the bad and all the good and all your weaknesses, all your failures, like all the ways that you think about yourself, they do come out. And the other person, I think we're all called to help each other out in that way, support one another, but at the same time making sure that we are growing and we're becoming better individuals. Yeah.
Oh, this is what the previous question, like, what's something that like you find endearing or like about the other person? I just thought of one thing. So it's the fact that, and it was one of the main factors why I was like, oh, I think I can see myself marrying her, is because some people are very stubborn. They're like, no matter what, I'm not changing. That's who I am, and if you don't like it, like, deal with it. Or they're just very, very adamant, but like, this is who, I'm not gonna change for you. You need to change for me. But my wife, or Grace over here, is really good at, or I saw early on when we were dating, like, she's willing to like learn and like change and like improve herself. So that's something like that I saw and I was attracted to. Yeah. And then so obviously, like, when we met, like, nobody's perfect, everyone had issues, but for her I was like, well, I can see her growing. Yeah.
That's good.
But everyone's different. Some people are like, no, I'm not willing to grow with the person. I want the person to already be at a certain level. And that's fine too. That's just like, but again, both of you need to like agree on that, right? But for us, I was in a situation where, I was fine with where we were, I guess, both at. It was more so our mentality, like, we're willing to sacrifice for each other. Yeah.
That's good.
Versus like, I do it if you do for me. It should be like 100% for you, and then the other person 100%. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll end this video here. But if you have suggestions, comments, questions, please write them below, and we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, bye. Bye. Obligatory heart.